Good afternoon, YouTube peeps. I'm out at the barn. We finally had a decent day. Miss B has got her bucket, and she's already done all her exercise for the day. I thought I'd do another little video, quick diary, I guess, or something to talk about would be hoof structure. So we'll do a little video of this. Okay, oh, look at the back foot here. She's got it really nice. Her trim's really lasted a good long time. See if she'll give it to me. Let's look at that. Right there, that's a pretty healthy hoof. You see how wide her frog is? That's a good indication of a good healthy hoof. And you can see that she's got really nice concavity, and the cat's gonna get in our way, and she's gonna take her back foot back. Let's see if she'll let us have the front foot for a minute. Let's see how her front feet are doing. Once again, she has that wide. These are a little bit long. You can see the pointed breakover right here where, okay, Sweet Pea, just hold on. The pointed breakover right here where her foot goes through its complete motion, and you can tell on a healthy foot they're getting that full extension, and they're getting heel to toe contact when you have that nice breakover that she does. And you can see the collateral grooves here in her bars. I just trimmed those up the other day, but I need to trim some of this here. You can see right here she's gotten wide out here on the wall, which isn't necessarily bad, but she's about due for a trim or a little bit of a manicure. You can see, you know, this is a healthy coronary band. This is not shoved up here. It doesn't look like some horses, you can tell when they don't have a healthy hoof. And right here, I don't like her toe. Her toe's kind of flaring out a bit here. And like I said, she's getting a little long on her trim here. I need to get that toe flare out of there. Kind of fans out. You don't want that. You want more of a straight down, because what that does is creates pressure. And so I really need to do some work on her and do some trimming. Her heel bulb is nice and healthy. Like I said, you can see that nice relaxed coronary band. She says, here, I'll give it to you. Here, I'll give it to you. We'll do another good quick. You can see that flare from the back side. I don't like how that's... It's getting time for a trim. And her sole is nice and good, but right here she's got a little bit more sole. So you'd probably scale some of that off. But I think a lot of the problems that people do is they get too crazy about scooping out that sole. And when you do that, when you scoop out that sole too much, you're thinning it out. And as you thin that out, that takes away from the protection of the bottom side of that hoof capsule. And so I guess I would caution people to not get overzealous about scooping out that hoof, that sole. It's okay to leave it if it is there. You got to know it. You got to know a difference between having a healthy amount of sole and when to flake it off or help it flake off. But in the wild, horses don't have somebody to come out and scrape out their sole. That sole gets worn down and removed through regular moving, because they're always moving, and they're moving over rocky terrain, and they don't have shoes on because they're not, they're not carrying the weight of a human or anything like that. I get where horseshoes have a purpose in certain areas. So I'm not going to say I'm completely anti horseshoe, but I think there's a lot of better alternatives, and they're coming up with a lot more different materials like polycarbide that they're using to make horseshoes now that have a little bit more flex to them than your traditional horseshoe. But knowing the different structures of the hoof, being an owner, if you own horses, it's really important to know how they work and what goes into it so that you can make them healthy. So, I mean, I do a lot of research on it, and you can never learn enough about it, honestly. And there's some great videos too, and there's some not so great that really get into cutting the frog off and getting into over scaling the sole. And what you're doing is you're taking away the protections of the hoof that the horse is naturally going to have, and they will naturally build that up. If you cut too much sole out, don't be surprised if within the next week you go back and look at the bottom side of your horse's hoof, it'll be right back where it was. If that's the case, then leave it alone, because obviously the horse's body is saying, hey, I need that. I need that extra protection there. But I guess I'm getting a little bit long on this video, and I will make another one about trimming. I'll show you kind of what I do to maintain her hooves. She's been doing really good lately. Haven't you, Miss P? You've been doing really good lately. Feeling pretty good lately too. Feeling pretty good lately too. She loves her bucket. She's typical Appaloosa, all about the food. I'll get a whole bunch of flack for that comment, but anyways, Miss P. Oh, Miss P. So we'll end that there.